Hey guys, it's Shadow, and I play Mark Campbell. If you like listening to our games, consider supporting us on Patreon. More patrons directly increase the quality and quantity of the games that we play. Go to patreon.com/critfail to support us. Thanks!
The library is surrounded by green. It is a large stone building and always has a welcoming feel. And beyond it is bright and filled with neat rows of books and a huge variety of topics. In the centre are small round tables and chairs for quietly looking at the books, and there is an auditorium and study rooms as well. A photocopier and a microfiche reader is also available.
Lizzie, who has been flipping through a stack of books, just pretty much everything she could find about birds that looked remotely like it could be about bird behavior. Not that she's really expecting to find a book that's like, yeah, pigeons sometimes talk, that's fine. Has found a book on bird behavior, and she's gonna kind of nudge Mark and go, hey,
Yeah? What is it?
this book's written by someone who lives near here.
Okay. So?
Name's Donald Dixon. I don't know, he wrote about birds. Maybe we could go ask him about weird birds?
I guess. How do you know where he lives?
It says it on the dust jacket of the book. Lives in the Boulder City area with his wife, 2 cats, and a parrot.
Huh. What's the book about? You said bird behavior?
Yeah.
Anything more specific, like talking pigeon behavior?
No, it doesn't say anything about talking pigeons.
Well, it's something.
Look, it's the best thing I've got, because everything else is just, you know... You've got the, like, kid books, like birds lay eggs, and feathers have... There's flight feathers and down and that, and then there's the books that I don't really understand much about, because they're for ornithology students, and I'm not one.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I mean, it's worth a shot. Maybe they've been looking at the birds nearby recently and noticed something out of the usual.
That said, I don't know what we're exactly supposed to do. Just go up to someone and say, hey, you wrote about birds, and the birds around here look like somebody sewed microphones into them or something.
I mean, there's probably a more tactful way to say that, but...
Well, you can say it then.
I guess.
Anyway, what time is it?
Not sure. I've been working on my homework. I haven't had a lot of luck.
I haven't got much of mine done yet either. Look, I've got to get home before it gets dark.
Okay. I'll probably stay here until the last minute, but,
Specifically the last minute?
well, before they kick me out. Or until they kick me out, rather.
Does that happen often?
Most times I come here. I will stay until closing.
I see. Well, good luck with your homework. I have to finish mine too.
When should we meet up tomorrow?
I mean, we normally go to the treehouse before school, so I don't see why not then.
Then after school we can try and meet this person?
Yeah? I mean, we'll probably have to look him up first. The dust jacket doesn't give, like, his address. I
Alright.
guess we could look through a phone book or something. Well, if you're gonna stay here, maybe you can look or ask the librarian. I don't know, I have to get home.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, well, see you tomorrow.
Yep. Bye.
Bye. And Lizzie's going to gather up her things. Not the bird books, because aside from most of the bird books, she will leave. She will check out the one specific bird book and then gather up her things and start walking home.
And Mark will stay in the library until probably about 20 minutes before closing. And he will go up to the librarian.
Lizzie was not doing any of her homework at the library. She was exclusively looking at bird books. So once she has walked home, she will pull her homework out of her bag and attempt to work on it. However, she is still just thinking about talking pigeons, and it is not going well. She cannot focus at all on the history of the United States government or whatever she's meant to be looking at. And so even though she keeps going at it steadily for 3 hours, she does not make any progress, and she's quite annoyed. Darn it, I'll never get this homework done.
Me neither. Not with rules like that.
I got the same 0 successes. And rolling 7 dice, too, you'd think.
So Mark will go up to the librarian.
Who's wearing dark glasses and a white suit. Looks like he'd be really cool in Panama.
Excuse me, Mr. Montgomery. I was wondering...
Yes, Mark?
I was wondering if you happen to have a phone book.
We might. Why would you want a phone book, Mark?
Well, there's, someone I wanted to look up. There is an author here that, lives right here in Boulder City. And I was thinking maybe I could learn more from them.
Interesting. What is the author's name?
Donald Dixon.
Author, yes, he's spoken at the school before. In the agricultural department. They had him come in.
Oh, really? Yes, well, I was thinking about doing a project on birds and the local species, and it'd be great if I could meet him.
And he takes out an index card and writes an address on it.
Thank you so much. I'll let you know how it goes.
Good luck, Mark.
And Mark will leave and head home.
Was that Tuesday night we just had?
Yes, we just had... It is now Wednesday morning.
Oh, okay. So, because I haven't said my thing, everyone's off doing their thing. And
oh, okay.
No one considered about Dillon. Poor Dillon. Always gets forgotten.
Well, he called us nerds, so...
Nerds. He's still saying, nerds. What a bunch of nerds.
That's all he's been doing all evening? He's just home going, nerds, nerds, nerds. All right.
Anyway, he's not doing that. He's gone.
I know.
And he's thinking to himself, what a bunch of nerds. And he's basically just gone home. He's dumped his bike and bag on the front porch and picked up a nearby football. And he's going to spend the rest of the evening throwing a football at some of the gardening robots. I guess running after the football as it flies off in different directions.
Why is it flying in different directions?
Well, because robots aren't really flat. They're quite angular in certain places. So goes inside where Jeeves has a meal already prepared for him, and he scoffs that down, leaving the greens. He doesn't like beans at all. And plays Street Fighter for a couple of hours before going to bed. Now it's Wednesday morning.
Now it's Wednesday morning. We've had a lot of false starts.
Yeah.
All right. Lizzie's gone to the treehouse.
As has Mark.
Well, not runs, but rides his bike.
Where Lizzie is sitting, staring annoyedly at her homework, but she still hasn't managed to complete any more of it. She's just kind of glaring at it. And you said Mark was there, Chris?
Yep. That's,
So did you find a... Oh.
I was just going to say that the homework's really giving you trouble, huh?
I can't focus on the governmental system when there's talking birds. I think that's kind of fair.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I had to really focus last night. I got a decent amount done, but still more to do.
I am not nearly far enough along. It is a problem, but did you find a phone book or anything?
Yes and no. I didn't find a phone book, but the librarian actually knew the person, the author. So I have
He knows him?
Yeah, he had come to the school and done past events.
Huh.
So, yeah, anyway, I have his address written down here.
Oh, how far is it?
I'm not sure. I don't really know the way. I didn't have a chance to look it up.
The head pops up just on the outside of the tree house. Dillon's head's there. He's got a big grin on his face. What are you doing, nerds? As he pulls himself up.
Trying to figure out how far away an author lives.
A what? As he takes
An author.
his backpack off his back and throws it
You
down.
know, someone who writes books?
Oh, right. An author.
Uh-huh. Specifically, an author who wrote a book about birds and their behavior. And lives around here.
What do you want to talk to a bird author for?
I was thinking after school we could go visit them and find more about the talking birds and see if they've noticed anything. If their job is to study birds, there's a good chance they've noticed something.
I mean, we don't really have any other ideas. I can't think of anything else to do. It's not like I'm just gonna go home and be like, hey mom, school was fine. There's a bunch of talking birds though.
Oh, speaking of talking birds, I just realised. Geez, totally slipped my mind. I couldn't believe it last night. I actually got up to level 7 in Street Fighter. It was totally awesome. Anyway,
What does that have to do with birds?
not far from my house, just around the way, on the side of the road, there was some. I found a couple of pigeons. They were torn up pretty bad, like
What?
ripped
Torn
to
up?
pieces. Yeah, like
By what?
in bits. I don't know.
That's awful.
Where was it?
Just down near my place.
Just on the side of the road? Did they have stitches on them too? I don't know if you looked. I probably wouldn't.
No, I didn't look. I mean, they weren't run over. If they were run over, it looked like they probably were run over by, I don't know. Well, they could have been run over and knocked onto the side of the road and then run over by a lawnmower. I don't know. They were pretty torn up.
That doesn't bode well.
I
Hopefully...
hope they weren't the ones we talked to.
Yeah. That sounds like someone might be trying to cover their tracks or something.
What? Hunt down the pigeons and rip out whatever weird stuff they sewed into them.
Yeah. I mean, that's the best idea I can come up with.
The crows?
The crows? The crows just looked like they were watching. And based on all the many bird books I looked at last night, a crow would not be the best bird to rip up another bird. A raven could do it much better. They've got hooked beaks.
Or an eagle?
Or an eagle.
Or a cat?
Not a bird, but yes.
Or a tiger?
Don't think there's any tigers around here, but also could rip up a pigeon better than a crow. Yes, there is a long, long list of things that could rip up a pigeon better than a crow. Something's being written on the chalk wall. tiger. We're going to find a tiger.
What's... Billy?
Okay, so if we find out where he lives and we're going to go see him after school, what exactly are we going to say?
I don't know. Where's the Wayne star?
Has he been to the treehouse yet?
Is that a face palm from the GM?
I thought he was already there, but...
Was he?
Yeah, he's sitting there.
Holy shit, you scared the crap out of me. You gotta stop being quiet, Waynestar.
I know he's quiet, but he's not invisible.
Yeah, but creepily quiet. I didn't
But
even
you can
see him there.
see him. Well, but what does that have to do with being quiet?
Look at him, he almost blends into the wall.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
What color is he wearing?
Green. If the walls are green.
See?
The walls aren't green, Dillon. The walls are wood colored because they're made of wood.
Yeah, but we might have painted it.
We might have.
I suppose we might have, but we didn't. That's why they're not green or any color other than
Oh,
wood
now you're just
colored.
trying to make him feel wrong.
What?
We might have painted it.
We might have.
He did it in the voice too, like he was replying to you. We might have painted
Yes,
it.
we could have. We didn't, but we could have. If we talk to him, what are we going to say? Because we can't really just go knock on a stranger's door and say, "Hi, we were talking to some pigeons," and that's kind of weird.
How do you know it's a man?
Because we know who he is.
Oh, really?
We're not just going to knock on some random person's door and ask them this question. We're talking about the author of a book who lives around here and wrote a book about birds. He published the book and it's got his name and like a picture on it of him, so we know who he is.
Oh, I haven't read it.
Well, no, you haven't. You weren't there.
Well,
If you want to read it, she pulls it out of her backpack and she's like, "This book. Look,
well, see,
it says by Donald Dixon."
you could have led with that.
I did. We were right when you showed up. We were talking about how it was an author because you said what, and I said anyway. What are we gonna say?
Oh, yeah, and speaking of authors, I've got half my homework done. How you guys going?
I wish I had half the homework done.
I've got a little bit over half, but I got really in the zone last night, but before that I hadn't really made any progress.
At this rate, I'm not gonna finish by Friday.
Oh, so Lizzie, does that mean a no on checking my homework for me?
I can check it. We've still got time. It's not like I have time to work on mine before we go. Hand it over.
No, I haven't finished it yet.
Wait, what? You want me to check homework you haven't finished? I'm confused.
Well, I've only finished half of it. I'll get the rest.
Yeah, I thought you wanted me to check what you've got done.
I'll get the rest done today.
Okay, it is. I'll see if I can get any of mine done today. But, what are we going to say to the author?
I don't know, but if we don't get going, we're going to miss school.
Okay, I was thinking we could say, like, we've noticed some weird bird behavior and was wondering if you had noticed it as well.
And then when
right.
he asks what weird bird behavior, we're going to say, "Oh, just talking."
As Dillon's heading and picks up his bag and starts walking out and climbing down the ladder. Yeah, we've been
Lizzie's
seeing
following
talking birds. They've been saying, "Oi, what are you looking at us for?"
They didn't sound anything like that.
Really?
Oliver Twist.
Yeah, they weren't Cockney birds.
Is it weird that I was mentioning that? You can worry about that at school. Jeez, it's not like you have to pay attention in class.
Yes, I actually do.
What? Oh, how boring. You're such a nerd. Come on the handlebars.
Okay. Has Wayne climbed down the ladder, or are we just abandoning him in the treehouse?
Wayne's just like, looking at everyone leaving.
Yes, he does climb down.
We could tell him we're doing a project on birds or something.
Right.
Though he might ask for what teacher if he's been to the school before. That might not work.
But we also want to get actual information from him about the birds, right?
Yeah, but he's not going to take us seriously if we just say, hey, we heard some talking birds.
Unless he's heard them too.
But we don't know that. So what? We just go, hey, heard any birds say anything strange lately?
You could catch one.
It's not a bad idea.
If they're not dead. Okay, even say we could catch one. Remember how hard it was to get them to say anything when we wanted them to? It might not talk in front of him. And then he's just going to think we're crazy.
And Dillon's just riding a bike. Thinking. Well, we could threaten to put it under a lawnmower. Then it might talk.
We're not... Oh, goodness. Do pigeons even know what lawnmowers are?
I don't know if threats are the best way to...
I mean, we had to bribe it with birdseed and still convince it, and Dillon kind of had a bit of a meltdown, and then they said something.
What do you mean I had a meltdown?
So you're thinking yes to threats?
No, I don't think threatening them's a good idea. But we don't have one to threaten anyway. And besides, there might not even be any left.
What makes you say that?
You that found all the ripped up pigeons? Okay.
Yeah, I guess there was about 3 or 4 pigeons probably.
I guess we could open with that.
What, that we found Dillon found dead pigeons?
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir, but we're after a pigeon murderer. How
just say it was a
stupid would we
cat.
sound?
Yeah.
I think it all depends on how much he knows, and if he doesn't know anything, then there's no point talking to him, right?
But like, he's going to be talking to us. Oh, yes. Thank you for coming to me, young children. Oh, yes, I really do believe in talking pigeons.
I mean, if he's heard them, then...
Okay, so it sounds like you're saying the best thing to do is to just straight up ask him in case he's heard them too, and then he'll tell us things. What if he does know about talking pigeons, but he doesn't want to tell anyone?
Well, then he's not going to tell us anyway.
Exactly.
Fine, I guess we'll just figure it out. We need to figure out where he is anyway. What was the address again? Have either of you heard of this? Know where this is? Mark had the address. I don't have it. Mark has the address. Mark, where is it?
It's a side street that I haven't...
yeah, what's it called?
Yeah, it's, I think it's a small town, a small road, outside of town. I can look it up in the library today after school. In one of the, atlases or something. Local geography books.
Okay. Alright, well, when we get to school, Lizzie will head to class.
Dillon will lock his bike up out at the bike rack and do his homework in class.
Maybe on a lunch break, I go to the library and look up the address and how to get there.
Dillon was pushing himself so hard to try and finish the homework that a teacher caught him in class.
Oh.
And sentenced him to detention after school. So Dillon's quite upset about that.
Oh dear.
I give him a sympathetic glance as he's walking by.
Dillon just returns the look nonchalantly.
Wayne will give him a mocking frown when he sees him.
Plants his head on the desk as you guys leave.
Well, when classes are done, Lizzie is gone out into the hallway to wait and find everybody else, having no knowledge of this detention.
Mark will walk over to Dillon. Good luck, buddy. Pat him on the shoulder. Do you want us to wait for you before going?
Nah, I'll catch up. Who wants to talk to a boring old author?
Alright. Well, we might be done by the time you're done detention, but...
I don't know, you're all nerds talking to Mr. Birdman. You'll probably be there till the dark.
Alright, well, here's the instructions on how to get there. So I write them down for him.
Cheese soup.
Yeah, see ya. And I will head out into the hallway.
Holy crap, Wainster, do you mind not standing so close behind Soup? Scared the heck out of me again.
Wayne knew you were a bumbling idiot, but now he thinks you're also blind too.
Mark, did you find where it is?
Yeah, I did on my lunch break. I've got the directions here.
Okay, then whenever Dillon's here, I guess we can go.
Dillon won't be joining us right away. He got detention.
Why? For what?
I don't know. He was trying to do his homework in class or something.
He said he was going to finish it today. I guess that's what he meant. You'd think there would be worse things students could be doing in class, though, but...
Yeah, that's
Whatever.
what I was saying. You're like punishing him for actually trying at schoolwork. It's not a very good idea.
But he's going to catch up?
He thinks so.
Alright, well, I guess we better get going then.
Alright.
You ready, Wayne?
Nods.
Okay. I guess I'm sitting in your bike basket then.
Yes. I promise it's slightly more comfortable than it sounds. Yep, I grab my bike. Hop in.
Okay. She will.
Wayne will grab his bike.
How long's it going to take to get there?
I'm not sure. Probably about a half hour, something like that.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Didn't really give me an estimated time of arrival in the book I was reading.
Alright.
And we ride our bikes.
Approaching the one-storey dwelling, its style looks like it was built in the 1960s. The grass of the front lawn is about 2 feet high. Several newspapers are sitting on the front porch and several appear to be wet. The mailbox is overflowing with mail, and the blinds are drawn closed.
It doesn't exactly look like he's home.
We can knock.
I guess. It doesn't look like he's been home for a while, though.
Maybe he's just really busy with his research.
I guess we can try. Lizzie's gonna walk up onto the porch and knock on the door.
There is no answer.
Well, what do you think? Home?
Mark will try and peek through the windows. Can you see anything, or are the blinds just...
He cannot.
Okay.
Lizzie's gonna knock again.
No answer.
Yeah, I mean, he could be pretty busy, but no one's collected these in a long time. And she's gonna try the doorknob.
Do you want to spend a luck point?
Yes.
It is unlocked.
Are you just gonna break in?
I didn't break in. The door's open.
Wayne waltzes in.
Look, if there's all this stuff lying here, then maybe he's, I don't know, fell down and he's hurt or something. Shouldn't we check?
I guess.
He might not be okay. It's not breaking in if we say we came to ask him some questions and we found the door was open and there's all this stuff piled up and it doesn't look like anyone's been here in a long time and we just wanted to check if he was okay.
The house is dark and still. The only light is that which can claw its filtered way through the blinds. Books, clothes, and VHS tapes are in disorderly piles. There is a bookcase, and a very strong aroma of rotting meat.
Ugh.
That's not
Why
a good
does that
sign.
smell?
Mark holds his nose.
Wayne will pull his shirt up over his nose.
Well, should we look for him?
I guess we should maybe follow the smell.
I mean, if he's not been here for a while, it could just be like garbage in the kitchen or something.
Well, let's check there first.
Okay. Lizzie is going to pull a flashlight out of her bag. That is her, whatever, what's the item called again? Signature item or something? Or am I thinking of Alien?
No, you have a signature item.
Signature.
It's called something different, but it's the same thing.
So,
And the air is really stale. Like, it's got the stench on it, but it's like when you go in somewhere that hasn't been open for a while. It's breathable for sure. It's not like, not airtight, but it's got that very stuffy sort of feel to it.
she's going to click on the flashlight and kind of shine it around.
It does not look like it has been ransacked, but it does look like the home of someone with a disorderly mind.
Where do you think we should go?
Well, we can check and see if maybe he's asleep.
Look for a bedroom? I mean, if he was just in here somewhere, he probably would have heard us by now.
I guess.
Should we, I don't know, like, yell or something? Say we're here?
Go for it.
Okay. Mr. Dixon? Hello? Okay, I guess we go look.
Alright. And Mark will go to the back room and look for wherever he was sleeping.
And there's a bed and a dresser and a closet, and the bed is not made, and there's some clothes on a pile on the floor.
Well, I don't think he's in here.
Have I seen any shoes anywhere? Well, there's some...
At your house, on your feet, on the other kids' feet, in stores, in Walmart, and yes, there's some in the house. Sorry, I'm being facetious, but...
You are aware of shoes.
I couldn't help it, I'm sorry. There are some in the house.
Like by the door?
Well, I don't think he's, gone out on vacation or something, because his shoes are all still here.
I mean, we don't know that they're all here. We don't have an exact inventory of the shoes he owns.
I suppose.
I guess we just keep looking. I don't really like this at all.
Yeah, me neither. Where's Wayne?
He's literally right behind you.
Okay, good.
And now he thinks he might also be blind.
Not blind, just, was looking around, didn't see him. But he was just down behind me.
Okay. What's the closest room to this one?
And Mark will pick a different one and go in that one.
Oh, so he's got no light. Okay.
He will quickly turn around and follow Lizzie.
And the kitchen has dirty dishes, and the smell is definitely stronger in the kitchen.
Has anybody tried a light switch? Is there even power?
We will go flip on a light switch.
And light comes on.
I didn't even need the flashlight, I guess. Well,
What are we really even looking for here?
I don't know. I guess him, or if not him, then something about pigeons? But I thought we were just trying to check if he's here or not, because if he's here, that doesn't seem good, considering he didn't answer, and the house looks like this.
Yeah.
You're looking in the cupboards, Wainster?
Yep, Swainster is looking in the cupboards. Is anybody in the same room?
If you're in the kitchen, we were all in the kitchen.
You can see he looks very bored. There's not like an amused look. It just looks like a little bit too average. He's not very impressed by the setup.
Did you see he has a VHS player, though?
That one he shrugs at.
Yeah.
Those are pricey.
That's pretty cool.
There were a bunch of tapes everywhere when we came in, too.
The rest of the stuff in here, though, I guess there's
Yeah,
no
I guess.
counting for taste.
Says a 12-year-old.
He's heard it before. He doesn't really know what it means.
Have we looked in all the rooms? Do we need to check any more to see if he's there?
I don't want to, but I think I should. I'm gonna check the fridge.
What do you want to check in the fridge for?
I want to see if that's where the smell is coming from.
I guess if he's been gone a long time, a bunch of food could have gone bad.
It's not something I want to do, but it is a necessary thing. Mark takes a step towards the fridge, then another. Is the smell getting any stronger as he's getting closer? Yeah, so the smell gets stronger as he gets closer. He looks back at the others, takes one more step, and grasps the handle, takes a deep breath. All right, here we go. He opens the fridge. Slowly at first, and then all the way.
And a tsunami of smell assails you. And it is truly terrible. Whatever was in the fridge has mutated into something never before seen by humankind. Stuff that might have been meat is now furry and multicolored. Some stuff that might even have moved around the fridge by this point, as it's trying to become a new kind of life form. However, the smell is so strong and almost physically smacks you in the face.
Mark is going to throw up. He is not used to this kind of investigating. His parents have always just thrown out things when they get bad, and he's never really even encountered much rotting food. So this is a new experience for him, and one he would not like to repeat.
And on a plus, he does add some colour to an otherwise dreary area.
Mark, close the fridge!
He is still throwing up, and does not respond.
Part of the reason Dillon is so upset is because the piece of paper that Soup gave him with the address on, he folded up and as a plane and threw it at the teacher. And given that he was the only person in class,
Why did he do that?
he got in trouble.
Yeah, shocking. Okay, well, Lizzie doesn't want to get any closer to the fridge, and Mark's not responding, and she doesn't think she can really help that, so she's gonna go out into the other room farther away from the horrible fridge smell.
In one of those quick breaks, Wayne will run over and just pull the fridge shut. Because I'm assuming he has to reach past you, so he has to kind of pull it shut instead of pushing it. And it shuts with a slam. And then Wayne slowly walks away.
It still smells bad, but Mark is able to gain his composure back.
And Lizzie's looking at VHS tapes in the other room, because those were scattered everywhere. One success.
Mark is going to go look for a bathroom or a washroom somewhere.
Yeah, you can find that.
And he's going to clean himself up.
He does not see anything.
There's a bunch of books about birds in here and horror movies.
Mark walks back in, having cleaned himself off.
Know You're Nevada birds, bird behavior, Boulder City bird watching.
Okay. I mean, that's to be expected.
Hey, it's all I got.
Is there a horror movie called Birds?
The Birds, yeah.
I think I heard of that one.
I mean, you want to watch it?
Not really. Horror movies aren't really my thing.
Lizzie's gonna start flipping through the bird books, I guess, to see if anything looks remotely useful.
So you hear from out the front?
Mm-hmm.
Who's been breaking into me house?
What?
Did he come back?
I don't know.
If that's kids in there, I'm gonna kill them.
Is that Dillon?
You can hear chuckling coming from outside.
Is that
Yeah, it's probably Dillon.
doing a weird voice?
His head pops around the door. The open
We
doorway.
didn't break in. It was open.
Took you long enough. You found the place okay?
Well, he's here.
Yeah, well, I had to put all my charms on for Mr. Duncan, but yeah, he let me go and gave me my bit of paper back after I threw it at him. But anyway, what do you do with breaking into somebody's house?
I already said we didn't break in. It was open.
I blame
And we had to check if...
So
Sorry?
an open door is just an invitation for you to walk into someone's house, is it?
If you're looking to check if they're all right. His newspapers were piled up on the porch and no one's gotten the mail. For all we knew, he collapsed in here and needed help.
Oh, maybe he's on a holiday.
If he is, he's not very good at, I don't know, planning for leaving because the fridge is all full of rotten food and
What's that
there's
smell?
just stuff.
Oh.
That's the fridge. Also, Mark threw up.
Oh. Really, Soup?
It wasn't my fault.
All I can find out is this book lists places in Boulder City that you can go look at birds, like for bird watchers, and there's one that apparently lots of pigeons go to.
Okay.
Dillon sort of closes his eyes and his eyebrows narrow and he shakes his head. The birds go to where the birdwatchers are? I thought it was the birdwatchers had to go
No.
to where the birds are.
Yes, exactly. The bird watchers make note of where the birds like to go, and they wrote it down so that other bird watchers can go find the birds.
Did you see anything about crows?
Not specifically. There's also a bunch of books about cybernetics.
Huh. How do I feel about that? What do you mean? What are cybernetics?
I don't exactly know. Cyber means computers, doesn't it, Mark?
Yeah, usually. Cybernetics.
Cybernetics.
I think that's
I don't
like
know.
a type of science involving computers. Possibly,
Okay.
like, combining computers with organic things?
Like pigeons?
Like pigeons.
Hey, wait. You're trying to put, like, an Apple IIe inside a pigeon. Do you realize that wouldn't work? It's got, like, a monitor and the big case and the huge key. How's it going to fly with a keyboard strapped to its back?
No, that wouldn't work.
It makes you wonder why they would do it in the first place.
I don't know. These books don't make any sense to me.
Cybernetics just sounds wrong.
Well, this guy was interested in birds and cybernetics and horror movies. That's all I know.
Ooh, horror movies? What do you mean horror movies? Oh,
Well, take a look at all these VHS tapes.
Yeah, well, and they're all horror movies. You're kidding me.
There's a bunch. Black and white. More modern ones. Lots of Hitchcock, including the birds.
Okay.
Maybe he was trying to make like a bird Frankenstein's monster or something.
It's possible. Mark walks over to one of the walls that has some... are they pictures or paintings? Photos.
Photos, yeah.
One of which has a man and a woman over 50, but does not appear to be a family photo. Why does one guy have so many pictures of different people on his walls?
Different people?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, there's like a whole bunch of pictures here, and they're all just different people. They're not... Like, I'd understand if he was in all of them. I mean, I don't really know what he looks like, but...
Lizzie will pull out the book she borrowed from the library that has an author photo on it and say, "He looks like this."
Is he in any of the pictures?
He is not.
Yeah, look, he's not in any of these.
I guess that's weird. Not as weird as talking pigeons, but yeah, weird.
Maybe they're all
Oh.
these test subjects as Dillon holds up a VHS tape that says Pet Cemetery.
I actually think I recognize some of the people.
One of them's a writer.
Yeah? Well, that one there,
Yeah.
that's Albert Einstein. I mean, it's hard to miss him with his hair. I think that one might be Alan Turing. He's the guy who he didn't quite invent the computer, but he did a lot of work in making it better, and he did a lot of stuff. He did like some code breaking during the Second World War, and it's interesting that he would have a picture of him on the wall.
Well, I think that guy in that one, she's pointing at one of the pictures, is Isaac Asimov. My dad had a bunch of his books.
He sounds familiar.
They're all like science fiction and stuff. But
Oh,
look
no
at
way,
that.
that's cool.
What is?
This, and he picks up Dillon picks up a VHS tape.
Yeah.
Predator. Absolutely awesome movie. One of the best movies ever made. I can't believe this guy's even got this. This hasn't been out very long.
Look at that picture. The one right there. Lizzie's pointing again. There's a woman and she looks younger than most of the people in the pictures, but look at the building she's standing in front of. Do you see what's written on it? I can see RPA. could be the end of DARPA.
DARPA?
DARPA? What's DARPA?
Science people.
It's not a DARPA. Yeah, they're science people. They're the ones... You know how the woods shouldn't really be there? My mom says the trees only grew because DARPA did something weird to the ground. And that's why she doesn't want me to go in there. She thinks the forest will give me cancer or something.
Yeah, but your mum's a bit of a...
He doesn't finish the sentence.
He doesn't finish it.
They study things and they make things and... I don't know, maybe they would study
Well,
pigeons?
an old man makes things too, but you don't see me in a house full of photos of other people.
Well, that could be a lead. If this person works nearby at DARPA...
What do we do? Go, hi, we were looking for this author, and we went into his house, and there was a picture of you on the wall. What do you know about talking pigeons?
Well, they might know where he is. We could simply ask... We could say, like, this guy's been missing for a while. Have you seen him?
Are you saying there's a DARPA in this town?
It's that big guarded facility, you know? Right outside of town? Like, you've noticed that big building, right? It's in the desert, so there's not really anything to hide it.
Isn't that Area 51?
It's not Area 51.
Huh. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's DARPA out there.
So she might work there, I guess. But, I mean, we can't just walk into their building.
We could sneak in.
They've got guns.
Wayne is seriously questioning, like, if you're insane or not.
What? Why, Waynster?
He's just looking at you very concerned.
Look, I'll ignore my mom and go hang out in the woods for sure, but sneaking into, like, highly guarded facilities is another thing entirely. Mark, didn't you say Mr. Montgomery knew this author or something?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe we could ask if he would know why he's just not been here for a long time. Or who the lady is, but then we'd have to say we went in the house.
Yeah, I don't know if he would know. It sounded like the author was just invited in to teach, but we could try.
But he knows we were coming here, so at least we could say, like, we went and the door was open and no one's been there for a long time, so we're worried and... Yeah. I don't know. I mean, really, regardless of who it is, we should be telling somebody in case he is, you know, missing or something.
Probably. Like the police? I've never talked to the police before. I don't really...
I don't want to call
that.
No, I don't want to... That would just make my mom worried. Maybe we can tell Mr. Montgomery, and if he thinks that someone has to tell the police, he can do it.
That's a good idea.
Well, anybody else have any ideas that don't involve breaking into very secure facilities and getting arrested or shot?
If we knew the person's name, we could... I don't know. Like, schedule a meeting or something.
You think she's going to have a meeting with a bunch of kids?
Well, she wouldn't know that we're a bunch of kids until we show up for the meeting. By then, she might as well hear us out.
To schedule a meeting, you have to talk to people and say what you want a meeting for, and somebody at some point would go, why do a bunch of kids want to have a meeting with this lady?
I guess.
Well, does anybody have any ideas?
Wayne shakes his head, as in no.
I don't know, as Switches the TV on. Video cassette and the thing into the VHS player, presses play and turns the TV on and sort of pulls his butterfly knife out the back, and he's looking for the remote, and he's just flicking the butterfly knife in his hand, and he's looking around the lounge room. Well, the one that says Predator, at least. Could be something completely different.
Wayne will sit down on the couch and start watching the movie as well.
Yeah, just make yourselves at home.
I mean, you can probably take it with you. Don't have to watch it here.
I mean, that would be stealing.
Yeah, but... And Dillon's still looking around. I thought you guys were searching the house.
Yeah, we did that.
I just found books on birds and cybernetics, and that's pretty much it.
And he's sort of kicking tapes to the side, and he looks down at a small wooden box that was sitting underneath one of the tapes, and it looks like it's been sticky taped shut. Huh.
What?
Hey, Lizzie, I think I found something.
Okay.
I don't know. He sort of pokes his foot at it, pushes it in Lizzie's direction.
Okay, she will pick it up and look at it.
Does this guy even have a remote?
Why is there a wooden box and a pile of VHS tapes?
Oh, guy's weird. He's got pictures of other people up on his walls.
It's taped shut. I don't know if I can get it open.
Oh, here. And Dillon leans over and slices around the rim of the tape as it... I guess it cuts the tape.
Okay, then she will open the box. Okay, this is weird.
Huh, what's weird?
Lizzie is kind of rifling through a bunch of drawings.
You find something?
It's all drawings of birds and some kind of computer chips.
That sounds like what we're looking for.
Yeah. I don't know if he drew them.
What, that cybernetics thing that you wanted?
Yeah.
Yes.
I guess we don't know if he drew them or if he found them. It kind of seems like he did draw it because he has all the stuff about the birds but I don't know. Mark, do any of these computer chips look like anything you know about? Because I don't know about them.
Let me see.
She'll hand over a stack of drawings of birds and microchips.
Yeah, I've never seen anything this small in computers before. If this is real, it's some cutting edge stuff.
Well, I mean, DARPA makes a bunch of new technology stuff.
I guess.
Or that's what everyone says anyway.
If they've been making this, though, that's crazy.
But why would they want to put computer parts in birds?
That, I don't know.
Well, what do we do now?
I guess we should head back home. I mean, it's getting pretty late.
I still have to do my homework.
Yeah, nuts to this. For crying out loud, Soup, you really stink. I don't know what you ate, but my God.
It wasn't something I ate. Ugh.
Wainster, stop hiding on the couch.
Wayne just expects it at this point.
How's he hiding? He's just sitting there.
You're so weird. You just sit there, never saying a thing. I don't know what's wrong with you, Wainster. Has anyone been picking on you at school?
Yeah, I want to get home before it gets dark.
All right, I'll give you a lift.
Thanks.
You sure you don't want to ride in the basket again? Wasn't that bad, was it?
No, but at that point, you didn't have, like, vomit on your collar, so...
Mark looks down. Kind of tries to brush it off. Doesn't work. Alright, well, let's head out.
I guess we could talk to Mr. Montgomery tomorrow? Maybe?
Or we could go to the birdwatching place where all of the pigeons hang out.
We could do both. But right now, I have to go do homework.
All right. Well, Dillon's sort of bike balanced between his legs as Lizzie's sitting on the front of it, waiting for the other two to come out of the house.
And you notice, on the opposite fence across from the house, there is 12 crows sitting there looking at you.
That's a lot of crows. That's not a normal amount of crows to be...
Don't they call
there?
a bunch of crows a murder?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we should... Well, it's possible that if someone's been controlling the birds, they now know that we're snooping around. We should be careful.
Right.
Careful how?
People controlling birds with computers.
That's what all the clues are pointing towards. I don't know.
But if it's DARPA or something, how exactly are we supposed to be careful?
I don't know.
And shouldn't we tell someone about it? If they're... isn't that being cruel to animals?
We need to gather evidence first. No one will believe us right now.
You got the drawings there.
And the crows are not moving. And you can see that there's small movements, but the movements are like all in unison. They're definitely watching.
Ah.
But like you'd expect them to all be, slightly turning their heads at different times and stuff, and they're not doing that.
Wayne will start to head home.
As well, Mark.
Well, Lizzie's gonna watch the crows as everyone leaves. Just kind of like as we go away, still looking over her shoulder as long as she can.
Yeah.
See if they...
And all 12 are looking at Lizzie.
But they don't, take off and... at least in that direction.
They might be, yeah, but it definitely feels like they're looking... Like, when she looks back, it definitely feels like they're paying attention to her.
Mm.
It looked like that they're all giving you the evil eye.
Well, I was looking at them. They could have just been looking back.
I mean, I liked birds before, but...
Birds are fine. These birds are weird.
I don't know, they'll give me the creeps. Dillon is dropping Lizzie home and going home to throw the ball around and forget about murderous crows.
Tales from the Loop is produced by Free League, starring SPG as Wayne, Raveninsane as Dillon, Shadow as Mark, Emily as Lizzie, and Ghost as the Storyteller. Sound and music by Sirenscape and Epidemic. This has been a Crit Fail production. Thanks for listening.